And there are many characters. When you have characters on the stage that seem to be promising people and telling people what they want to hear, most likely, if this philosopher were to go there and say that, you know, I'm a philosopher, I am well learned, he will flop when the other person is actually being given the mantle.
Okay.
Because the people also love one of their own.
Okay.
Most people are not philosophers. They are riffraffs, and they love a riffraff of their own. So this philosopher can only make...
You can see where the riffraffs have taken us.
Evidently where we stand, yeah?
Until we are saying the riffraffs must go. So we must now get to the point where we give the philosopher the opportunity to craft the team. Martin, I'm a party honcho, if you want. That is the closest that I come to that class of people. And my role is to organize that space and to give suitable people from new generations.
Okay.
I'm choosing my words very carefully. And when I talk about generation, I'm thinking a lot more about a generation of ideas.
Okay.
Because you can talk about an old generation, a young generation, but you can also talk about an intersection between the two generations, which is a generation of ideas.
Right.
Such that in a country such as ours, when we talk about people we call Generation Z, Gen Z, it should be a generation from an idealistic perspective, an ideological perspective, that you are not going to be qualified purely by age, because we have seen some sellouts among the so-called Gen Zs who are born between a certain year and a certain year. Some have been merchandised. They have offered themselves to the older generations as merchandise, ready to be bought. But you also have older people chronologically or genealogically who are thinking within the same prism. When I once met recently a person who is in the Kenya Kwanza government, after they greeted me, they said, "Oh, you are Gen Z." I said, "Yes, I'm Gen Z because our thoughts fly crisply through time and space and find a meeting point." So we must find the right people to field as candidates, and to attempt to get it right, we must preclude ourselves from the competition. The thing you hear all the time is about people saying, "I'm the finest, I'm the best." If you are the best, you could also identify other people who are as good as you are, if not better, and give them the opportunity.
All right, and become
kingmaker.
A kingmaker. All right, gentlemen, you said that you were part of the people who began the ODM party. I am curious to understand why you people decided to be out of the train.